Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 30th, 2020 full moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be located in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right, let's let the bulls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Sagittarius, November 30th, 2020 full moon. How will Sagittarius be affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? How will Sagittarius be affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? How will Sagittarius be affected by the November 30th, 2020, full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. All right. Now the left-hand side is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side is the public arena and the public self. And we're going to see how all of this equates to the moon that we have here. And it's from full moon to full moon. So from the full moon on the 30th of November to the full moon on the 29th of December. We have the Devil, which is Capricorn energy, December 22nd to January 19th. We have the Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. We have the World, the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. Oh, wow. Okay. The Ace of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, strong Capricorn presence here. And the Ten of Swords. All right. Sagittarius, this time packs with it a profound punch. It does. It's intense, and I'm not going to lie. So here, as you are moving forward and as you are embracing what you desire and what you want, you're being freed from something karmic, but also from this pattern of feeling like a pauper, of feeling like you cannot have the wealth, the prosperity, the bounty, the abundance that you need within your life. There is a sense here of patience moving you forward, and a sense of letting divinity guide. And I know that this especially with this hurt and this pain, it's kind of like, well, when does it get to be my time? When do I get to move forward? When do the blessings get to be mine? And this is saying here, divinity is saying, quite frankly, I haven't forgotten you. I am with you. The answers are coming. And this is what leads us right into this full moon in Gemini. So the full moon on the 30th of November is in Gemini. And here it says the answers you need are coming. And then this full moon is the last lunar eclipse of the year. So here you have conclusions are within reach. So as you're looking at what you desire, as you're looking at what you want from life, and as you're looking at the deeper questions and finding answers, your conclusions are within reach. What you desire is starting to come. So here, it's like, be patient. And I know you've been patient, but be patient because the answers are coming. And then the new moon, which is very powerful for you because it's in Sagittarius, all right, is on the 14th of December. And so here, let's start by just talking about this moon and this eclipse for a moment. So with the lunar eclipse, this brings more potent energy, there we go, and intuitive power. So your intuition reaches its peak. This is going to be a time where you're really connecting on an intuitive level to the world around you. This is also a time where those around you are also connecting on an intuitive level to the world around them. The thing is that what you focus on and what they're focusing on may be astoundingly different. So it can feel at times like you're butting heads. This is also a time where you're releasing a lot of resentful emotions and a lot of baggage that has been holding you back, that has been making you feel like you can't move forward the way that you want to. And as you release this, you're embracing the fluidity of information and the renewal energy of this Gemini moon. And as you move forward in this eclipse, the eclipse brings you change and great connection to your spirit guides, to your angels, to divine power, which are helping you and want you to find the answers in life. Now, as this comes forward, you're going to feel like you're pushed out of your comfort zone. And this is going to hit you more intensely, Sagittarius, than it hits others. Because the solar eclipse, which is on the 14th of December, when your moon is the new moon, okay? This is a time where you are pushed into the unknown, where you're pushed out of your comfort zone, where you're looking at things, and when you're embracing a new road, a new way forward. And for you here, Sagittarius, this is a time where you're looking at things and you're like, I know there are greater things on the horizon for me, but there's a frustration because you are the sister sign to Gemini, okay? And Gemini is, of course, the sister sign to you. The intensity of the knowledge that comes your way and the severe depth of your curiosity can be unrivaled during this time. And so here, as you're moving forward, you're very drawn to the fact that Gemini is the wisdom teacher, the divine messenger. And during this time, you're seeing multiple sides of the story, which is nothing new for you. So it's not going to be as overwhelming for you, Sagittarius, as it can be for others. You have this way of seeing multiple sides of the story, of looking at things through different eyes, through different lights, within different power, and moving yourself forward. But this is a time where you are experiencing extraordinary spiritual and personal growth, where you're really seeing yourself, transcend and move forward. And this brings restless energy forward. Now, this comes naturally to Gemini energy, that restlessness, that sense of being, that butterfly that flits. And people say, oh, Geminis are ditzy. It's like, okay, you can say that, but they're also looking for the place that is right for them. You are like a more stabilized, in-depth Gemini at times, Sagittarius. You have this sense of going from thing to thing at time to be able to find the knowledge that you need. But it's not as air powered as Gemini is, because Gemini is an air sign. Yours is more fire-based, it's more passion-based, and people can really see that passion and that fire within you. You have that way of pulling people towards what you are passionate about. And this is a time where that fire is being stoked, where you are sitting there and you're looking at things and your subconscious mind is really connecting with the spiritual world. And as your subconscious minds connect with the spiritual world, you're seeing that you are getting messages on how to move forward in the earthly plane. And this is breaking, and we can see that here with the Devil card. This is breaking the chains and making you face the chains that have held you back, that have kept you, beaten down, that have kept you, held in a place that you don't want to be, and you are seeing yourself rise in power and in understanding. And as you see this, you have this beautiful level of communication. For you, Sagittarius, with the moon in Gemini, this is like unheard of communication levels. You see the heart of a person, you see the soul of the person, you see, you go deeper and deeper and deeper. You see so much more than what they're putting on the table right away, than even what they're bringing to the table. But also know that people are operating for themselves on a level of communication that is much more in depth than what they are used to. They might not be ready for what you have to bring to the table during this time. And for you, Sagittarius, you have to bring this forward. It's like, this is your way of uniting. This is your way of connecting. This is your way of being. And as you bring this forward, you see patterns to things. You see patterns to conversations. You see patterns to people. You see patterns to your life in general. You will be more than willing and more than ready to call yourself out on the patterns that you are seeing that hold you back. You will also have the desire to want to do this to other people. Be very mindful of the words that you use, but use those patterns because they are making the connections that have eluded you for quite some time, and they're helping you move forward. Now, as you take in this information fast and you take in this information truly to your soul, okay, you get bored of things quickly. So you're going to see that bit of the flitzing coming around from the Gemini moon coming forward. And this also brings you a duality of personality because Gemini is twins. So here, your duality of personality is calling to your sacredness, is telling you, surrender to the divine. There is power that you haven't realized coming forward within your life and moving you to unknown heights. And this brings you to the new moon in Sagittarius. You are taking aim. Sagittarius, this is usually what you do. Once you set your sights on something, you take aim and you stalk it, you go after it until you can release and you can have the prosperity moving you forward. Okay, it's kind of like stalking game, right? If you're hunting, not saying that you should, but I'm saying if you do, it's just, or if you read a lot of fantasy novels, which I do. So here, you're going after what it is that you desire, what it is that you want. You're taking aim and you're being empowered. As you are being empowered, you are seeing things more openly, more honestly for yourself because it says luck is on your side. And it's almost as if you have a lucky star with you. And during all of this, you might not feel like you have a lucky star, but there's a freeing from baggage that has been holding you back too long. It's like that weight that has been around your neck. You're done with it. You're like, I am moving forward in my understanding, in my truth, in my passion, in my power, and this is where I need to be. And it brings you to new beginnings. It brings you to healing. It brings you to walking through the portal to your new place in the world, but also this new understanding of you. Sometimes, this is the darkness before the dawn. Sometimes we have to go through the darkness. We have to see what we don't want or what we don't really understand to be able to move forward to our truth and to our power. And this brings us the new moon. It says a new situation is coming, a new start is coming, a new way forward is coming. It might not always be clear, but it's definitely a part of us. And it brings you to the full moon in Cancer. And this says a personal issue reaches resolution. So the answers you need are coming. All right? Luck is on your side. You are resolving a problem that you need to be resolved for you, for your passion, for your power, for your way forward. And as you do this, you embrace your truth, your soul, and yourself. You embrace your blessing. And this moves you forward in beauty, in understanding, in passion, and a becoming that is really quite extraordinary and really quite beautiful. Because as you reach this resolution, and it can be a very personal resolution, it can be not between any other people, but it simply can be between yourself. As you move forward and as you embrace the world opening, we can see here with the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords that there is something, okay, karmic, hurtful, that has held you back for too long, that is being purged from your body, that is being purged from your soul. And you will really feel this around the 29th of December. Now, this isn't going to impede with your holidays or anything like that. It is actually going to give you an extra layer of sparkle, like this sense of joy as you move into the new year. And the new year is going to be very powerful for you because the new moon, I always see as it being very connected with the god Janus from Roman mythology. And he's the god whose name is given to the month January. This is the god of beginnings and endings. This is the god of portals. And this is what the new year is for us. It is a beginning and an ending all in one. And it is the portal into a new time. Quite literally, a new date upon the page for us to move forward in. Now, we have just one day of the spirit animals of the snake spirit and the eel spirit coming forward. But it's a very powerful day because, again, everything is amplified on the lunar eclipse. And the snake spirit says here, time to heal. The eel spirit says, bring your ideas to life. So the snake spirit is really taking charge. You can find that November was a very healing month for you, or you wound up purging a lot within you, like a poison within you that you don't want in your life anymore. You didn't want it to weigh you down. You didn't want it to define you. You are shedding a skin and embracing a new sense of you. So here it is healing opportunities coming forward with the snake spirit. It is change becoming a part of your life. And that's because you're shedding a skin. You're releasing this old part of you that doesn't fit anymore. Now, can it make you a little bit more volatile during this time? Yes, it can. Because when a snake sheds their skin, okay, we have this sense of, well, not the sense, they don't see as well. So they go into this place where they feel protected. And this could be you very much during this time. And you can see it with other people. They needed to go into this place that was protected, that was secure. And they needed to release what no longer fit them, the skin that no longer fit. And it's a personal thing. It's an evolutionary soul thing that's going on here. But we can't see as clearly when we shed the skin. Because when snakes shed their skins, they can't see as clearly. And so it can make us very vulnerable and make us want to lash out at people. Because as we're purging what is no longer a part of us, we can feel very raw. We can feel very kind of much more sensitive than we want to be. And so here it's being mindful of that energy, especially on the 30th of November, that energy of the purge that is coming forward, that energy of the stepping out of the old skin into the power of your new. And as you embrace this important transformation, you also embrace the energy and the increase of energy that comes with it. And then it brings you to the eel spirit, which says bring your ideas to life, because this is filled with emotion and with strength and with foresight for your future. Now this brings us then to the spirit animals of December, which of course you will be in for a much longer span of time, almost the whole month, right, of December, than you are with this animal right now, with the spirit animals in November, though you've had them with you for all of November. The spirit animals are the owl spirit and the horse spirit. So these are, you see clearly now, and freedom is yours. So the owl spirit is you see clearly now. And then the horse spirit, freedom is yours. The owl spirit is highly intuitive energy coming forward. You're seeing what others can't, but also remember, other people are seeing what others can't. And it's kind of like everybody's picking up on the knowledge that they themselves are in tune to. And it might not very well be the knowledge that you're in tune to. So it's a very intense time, but it's also a time where there's this profound, sense of understanding and determination moving you forward. And now as you see what others can't, and as you embrace this energy, this is announcing change into your life. You're seeing also what others can't inside of yourself. You're seeing this change that is moving you forward. And you're seeing beyond the deceits and the masks that people wear, but also that we ourselves wear. It's kind of like, no, you know what? I'm not following this pattern. I'm not living this lie. I have to live my truth and move forward in my truth. It's very much being connected with the high priestess energy. The owl spirit and the high priestess are very intertwined in the way that spirit shows them to me. And as this comes forward, you are transformed and you embrace this change. You embrace the change of wisdom that moves you forward, as Gemini is the wisdom teacher and the divine messenger. Now this leads you to the horse spirit, which says here, freedom is yours. You're breaking free. You're moving forward. This is your driving force. You are moving towards the freedom that you have wanted for so long within your life. And as this is the driving force of you, you're also seeing what makes life worth living. Kind of what makes life worth running, what makes it worth going. And as you do this, the balance between the instinctual world, the personal world, and the public world start to kind of war for attention within your personality. And you're finding that balance between them, between the two of them as you move forward. And this also brings very strong emotional energy forward. And it also brings very strong sexual energy, especially as it is connected with the sacred masculine. So you have the sacred feminine here with the high priestess, and you have the sacred masculine here with the horse spirit. So this is a time where you have tremendous, passionate, creative, sexual energy guiding you to more, guiding you to creating. Now this can be tough because of the climate that we're in right now, where it can be like, okay, well, what do I do with this sexual energy? How do I create? Well, you're going to see here, especially if you're single, you're going to see here, this is a time where you start to focus it on not only what has been holding you back, but where it is that you want to be. And it's very interesting here that, we have the fiery kind of ram's horns right here on her head, and we have the serpent around her neck. And we have that serpent here meaning healing. So around your throat, around your voice, around your throat chakra, there is profound healing moving you forward. And I see this stubbornness to you, just this sense of, this is where I'm going, this is what I want. It's very much a ram's energy, almost very much an Aries energy coming to aid to your fire sign energy. That is you, Sagittarius. So there's a stubbornness to you as you're moving forward. There's a sense of breaking free of chaos, breaking free of the chains that have made you say, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be. This is how I'm supposed to move forward. You're now saying, well, what do I want? What do I desire? It's not in a selfish way. It's in a way that says, how do I move forward in the prosperity and the bounty of myself? How do I achieve my goals and claim my passion and claim what I desire? And as you do this, you find that you're breaking free of addictions. These are the addictions that we think of, drugs, alcohol, gambling, it can be sex and food and everything like that, where they have meanings for them. But this is also the addiction of swallowing your words. This is the addiction of putting everybody's needs in front of your own. This is the addiction of, of not thinking you matter and finding that you're wrong. You do matter. You matter profoundly and brilliantly, and you're not supposed to be chained, okay, to what other people think the world is supposed to be, or what you think your world is supposed to be, instead of what your heart longs your world to be. And so as you embrace this breaking free, you have the Seven of Pentacles coming forward. And this is saying, be patient. Be patient with the prosperity that comes. Because as the prosperity comes forward, and you have the repeat of the number 7 here. Now for you, Sagittarius, you're a very honest person. You like things to be honest, forthright, and to move forward with that clear goal in mind. This is going to amplify that energy because it is the repeat of the number 7. 7 is very honest, and also 7 is very... It is very much saying that if a wrong is done, okay, it comes back on that person. It almost boomerangs back. So be very mindful of, telling a little white lie or anything like that, because you will find that you get called out on it, but you also tend to call other people out on it. It's like, no, that's not true. That's not how we're moving forward. That's not right. And so here with the 7 of Pentacles, as you have the patience to move forward in your prosperity, in your blessings, and in what you desire, know that divinity is guiding you. And divinity is saying, wait until it is ripe. Wait until it is ready. Because if you force it, and if you say, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing now, and I want it now, so this is the prosperity that I'm forcing within my life, it will not be as sweet. It just won't be. It will not be as sweet as when divinity delivers it. And there is a sense here of the gates opening up. It's like you start to know this because you can sit there and say, well, Dane, how do I know? Because I'm thinking that to Spirit. I'm like, well, how does Sagittarius know when the gates are opening? How do you know when the fruit is ripe? Because always with the 7 of Pentacles, I get the imagery of, a whole bunch of strawberries, but they weren't ripe. And you just pile sugar on top of them. And they're supposed to be sweet. They're sweet then, but they're still hard and they're still crunchy, and it's not the same sweetness as if you let them ripen on their own. And this is what you're seeing with your life. It's like as you break free of the chains that bind, you're going to think, okay, awesome. Now I have my knowledge. Now I have my information forward. Now I'm going after my goals, what I desire, and myself. And as this comes forward, you're going to say, I've waited and I've wasted enough time here. So now I want it right now, as we as human beings do. I want it right now. I want this power. I want this glory leading me forward. And what Spirit is saying here, be patient, wait. Because how you will know that it is time is when you start to look at the world and it isn't, I'll show you. It isn't, you know what, this is the way it has to be. It has to be right now. I'll show you that I can move forward. This is oh, this isn't that scary. Oh, that can be part of my life. That could be part of myself. That could be part of my truth. It's like, oh, the world opens to me. And I open to the world. And it's astounding. And it's beautiful. And that's how you know. That's when you know that the fruit has ripened on its own. It's like, this can be a part of me. And I can be a part of this. And it leads you to a sense of, I hold the world in my hand. I hold abundance and prosperity and bounty and beauty, and it moves me forward. And once you see this, things start changing fast. And you're like, oh, wow. Oh, wow, I can move forward this way. And oh, wow, this gets to be me. And then it leads you. It leads you to the world. Your heart opens to the world. Things that you thought were barred. Ways forward that you thought could never be. You thought, oh, this is for everybody else, but it's not for me. You start to find out you were wrong. It is for you. And maybe the way that everybody else saw it isn't for you. Maybe the way that they define themselves is not the way that you define yourself. So you move forward in your uniqueness. You move forward in your power. You move forward in your truth. But doors that you didn't even know were locked start to open because they were locked within your mind. It's like, I'm not worthy of this. And because you've released the chains and you've embraced what you desire from this world and from yourself, it's like, oh yeah, I am worthy of this. I am worthy to move forward. And it has you looking, then as you claim that worthiness, it has you looking at the Five of Pentacles. Now, the repeat of the number 5, which you have at your heart, and these two go in tandem with each other, and especially with the patience here. Okay, so I'm jumping ahead. Let's talk about the number 5. 5 is the freedom number. 5 is also a number that says it does not take as long as you think it is going to. Now, if you didn't even know that you had barred these doors to you, you could think that this was never going to happen. So sooner than never isn't necessarily a time frame, right? But here, it is a sense of as this prosperity moves you forward, okay, as this power becomes a part of you, and as patience. It's kind of like, have you ever met a person who, they're usually holy people or spiritual people, where they have this patience to them. They have this well within their soul, and that you can almost feel it when you talk to them, when you see them. And they're not in a rush because they know that things come. And it's like, okay, Dane, that's all well and good, but I have a mortgage to pay and I have, bills and, people to feed, and I can't just wait. And that's perfectly just. I mean, absolutely, I get it completely. That's when the 5 of Pentacles comes in. This patience is needed because there is a negativity that was spoken over you. Now, it can be this life or in past lives, but there is something that makes you think, I cannot be successful and I do not get to have prosperity. Or if the money comes in, it goes out just as quickly as it comes in. I always get to be on the outside of wealth. And what Spirit is saying here is no, you do not get to be on the outside of wealth, but you have to see why. You have to see why. And this could be pausing the video for a moment and doing this meditation. All right? Just take a nice deep breath in and exhale, and in and exhale. All right? And see that side of you, that side that has to deal with money or what you value. No, it's money here. It's money here. And what are your thoughts about it? Is it that I can work and work and work and I never get ahead? Is it that everybody else is better than I am, so why do I even try? What are your thoughts when it comes to your prosperity, when it comes to the wealth of you moving forward? Is it I'll show them? Are you doing this to prove to somebody else? And are there negative words always barring you? It's kind of like, oh, you're really not going to make it. You're not that special kid. Who the heck do you think you are? You think you have talent? We have people who spoke poverty into our lives. They just did. Because they had poverty in their lives. And they hemorrhaged. They hemorrhaged their pain, their hurt, and their sorrow into us. They just did. Sagittarius, they just did. There's no rhyme or reason for it. These could be parents, these could be siblings, these could be teachers, these could be grandparents, these could be partners, lovers. And they just brought this pain into our world. And because we were vulnerable, because we were young, because we loved them so much, we took their words as truth. Because why would you bar somebody from the gates of prosperity? Why would you say you don't get to walk here? And so when you hear these words, whose voice is it in? Is it in yours or is it in theirs? What thoughts do you have around wealth and money and how you desire moving forward? Is it positive or is it negative? And why? It's time to heal. It's time to take that pain around wealth and what you value as much as money and say, I call this forward. I walk through this archway. I begin this new life, this new soul, this new self, and I am empowered. Because that is what you need to do to heal this karmic debt, to heal this pain that is part of the lessons of why you are here on this earthly plane. This pain is to be released. And it's something you faced time and time again. It could be underselling yourself. It could be sitting there and not seeing your worth, not seeing your passion, not seeing your power, not seeing your beauty. And so with the 5 of Swords, we look at the hurt, the pain, and the disappointment. We look at the chaos, and we look at the things in our lives that are repeated. It's like, well, wait, I've lived this. Have you ever been in a situation where all of a sudden you're working for a person and you're like, oh, I know you. I worked for you before, and you've never met them, but you've worked for somebody so like them that you could change their names and you would be able to tell both of their stories, both of their personalities. This is a karmic debt. This is the truth. And it's like, now it's time to stand up for you. It's time to stand in your empowerment and move away from the poverty of the mindset of prosperity, of abundance, and what you value as much as money and money itself. And as you do this, as you stand in your truth, okay, as you purge this lesson from you, you're like, okay, I'm facing it. And divinity's saying, okay, well, you better, or else it comes back again. It boomerangs back at you. Then we have the 7 of Swords. You're taking up your knowledge. You're taking up your power. You're leaving some things behind because you just don't need it. It's not going to serve you. It is going to be part of the hindrance that makes you think, I can't move forward. Okay? It's either now or I'm never going to have it. It's like, no, there is more than enough in this world for you. There's more than enough in this world for everyone. Yet why is there pain and suffering and such sorrow? It's like, no, I reject that. I move forward with my knowledge and with my power, and I move forward in my truth. As I do so, as you do so, Sagittarius, and say this, as I do so, I am healed. Because these are the healing waters poured over you. The Ace of Cups is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of healing, beautiful love, of empowerment, of emboldening, of moving forward towards your soul's beauty and truth. And this is washing away the hurts, the pains, the disappointments. Now, this doesn't mean that all of a sudden it's just perfect and there's no more pain, there's no more sorrow, there's no more hardship, there's no more, anything like that. It's like, oh no, there is. There will always be pain when it comes to life, because that's what life assures us. And I know that sounds bleak, but it's not meant to be. It means that there is a cycle and there is a way of things. So if we think that we can escape pain, we're fooling ourselves, because everything has an undercurrent of sorrow to it. That's how we know what happiness is, because we know what sorrow is. If we only knew happiness, we'd be spoiled, petulant, people in palaces who think everything gets to be my way and I'll throw a fit when it isn't. That's not how life works. I mean, maybe it's for the quote-unquote lucky few, but that doesn't seem like lucky to me. That seems like a soul-stunting way of existing. And so this healing water comes forward, and it cleanses. And it makes you more sensitive, yes, in the public arena. Why? Because you're taking everything in. This moon is so powerful for you. This time is so profound that you're already a little bit feeling everything just a little bit too much. And then here, it's just a little bit too much. So you can take this gift, or you can say, you know what, not now. I'm not ready for it. Or you can take it a little bit. But know that it heals you. Know that you are moving forward. And what seems like it's overwhelming means that you need to express the pain that is inside, whether it's journaling it down and then burning those pages, whether it's making eye contact with yourself and talking to your mirror, whether it's talking to a friend or a family member or a professional. This is a release. And this is a release that's needed, because as you release, okay, as divinity heals you and hands you this cup, divinity, again, hands you a healing, beautiful love that moves you forward, hands you a beauty that you're not expecting, that isn't the same as the other blessings that you've been looking towards and for, but is profound and so meaningful to you, but it doesn't look like a gift. And so here, it's through this patience, it's through this healing of pain that you move forward. And you can say, well, Dane, how am I supposed to know if it's a gift if it doesn't look like a gift? This is something that you sit there and you're like, I never thought of it that way. You sit there and you're like, well, this seems rather plain and obvious. Why is it that I need to embrace these words? Or why is it that I need to embrace this healing? Divinity makes it known. And divinity can be giving you many little cups of miracles, Sagittarius. But because they're plain, divinity expects you to overlook them. Don't. You then become a defender of your prosperity during this time, a defender of the seeds that you are planting, of the prosperity that you want to move forward in, okay, of building a firm foundation for yourself, your soul, and what you desire. And as this comes forward, and as you embrace this truth, what you see here with the 10 of Swords is the darkness before the dawn. What you see here is a decade of lessons that are now raising you to new heights, that are showing you new and profound truths, that are having you see things differently. Because we can see this in every single year of our lives. We can pull out the hurt, the pain, the disappointment, that we have been through. Some years much more readily than others, right? But it's known. We're always shaped by just a little bit of pain. And here, this is overkill. This could be letting that pain really run rampant within your heart, within your soul, within yourself, and thinking, oh, wow, it's never going to end. But this is a coming together of knowledge. This is a coming together of wisdom and of soul and of self. And this is a moving forward to where you need to be, to where you want to be, and to the power that you have attained. It's like the knowledge that has become wisdom, that is raising you to new heights and to new power. And you're going to see here, you're very connected to the spirit world with all the knowledge and all the information that you are getting. You're very connected to the spirit world with the power and the way that you are moving forward. And it brings you here to a connection with the moon. So let's see what Luna has to say. How is Sagittarius affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? How is Sagittarius affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? How is Sagittarius affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. How is Sagittarius affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? How is Sagittarius affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? How is Sagittarius affected by the November 30th, 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. You're supposed to have this one. Okay. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Realization, wisdom, and self-reflection. Assessing, hard work paying off. It's time to take action. And there are the ram's horns. There's the Aries energy right there, because it's the new moon in Aries. Adjustments are required. A win-win outcome is forecast. It's time to release negativity, and it is. So here, we start off with realization. As you break free of the bonds that have held you back, as you see the blessings coming, okay, but as you embrace the patience with it, there's a realization that you are walking into a new world, that you are getting the answers, that you're holding the key that unlocks the door that you need, the way that you want to move forward. And this leads you, as you hold the world in your hand, as you see yourself moving forward with the Two of Wands, it leads you to wisdom. It's the wisdom of what you want. It's the wisdom of what you desire. And as you embrace this wisdom, you have self-reflection. As things start moving forward, it's like, where do I want to be? How do I want to move forward? What is it that I desire? And you start reflecting on the greater power and the greater energy that is you. And it brings you here to assessing. It's assessing the situation as the world opens. It's assessing the poverty mentality that has held you back, all right? And that holds everybody back. There is something that everybody on this earth needs to overcome in order to reach their success, in order to embrace what they're here on this earth for. And so you're assessing the situations, you're assessing the moon and the stars in the sky. And as you do so, your hard work is paying off. This isn't for nothing. You are breaking this cycle. A cycle is broken, freedom comes. And as you break this cycle, it's saying here, it's time to take action. As you gather up your knowledge, as you gather up your power, it's time to take action. It's time to embrace your fire, your passion, your truth, your determination. Because Sagittarius, adjustments are required as you heal and as you take in this healing energy. You need to adjust to this healing becoming a part of you and for your life becoming a part of this healing. It brings you to a win-win outcome being forecast. Things coming to balance, things coming into harmony with what you want, with what you need, with the way that you are moving forward as you slowly and steadily move in your prosperity. And then it brings you to the full moon in Scorpio, where with the Ten of Swords, where the Ten of Swords is overkill and negativity and doubt and being too much in your mind. This says here, it's time to release the negativity. It's time to release the overthinking, the overanalyzing, and it's time to embrace the wisdom that has come to you. And as you embrace the wisdom that has come to you, you connect with the spirit world. You connect with the way that you are transforming and the way that you are moving forward. You connect with your power. It brings you to your subconscious lunar message, which is release. You are releasing what holds you back. You're releasing what has kept you chained, what hasn't let you transform. You're releasing the baggage. You're releasing the negativity, the negative emotions, the unwanted energy. And it brings you then to stepping out of your comfort zone and stepping into your truth. Because it's never easy walking your path, walking your authenticity. It's always scary and challenging, but you move forward in this passion, in this power, in this brilliance. And it brings you then to the sun. Subconsciously, you are moving towards the sun. You are moving towards the happiest card in the whole entire deck. You're moving towards happiness and contentment and power within your life. And people will be jealous. People will sit there and say, why you and not me? It's like, well, why not you? You can have this too. If only you follow your path. If only you follow your truth, as I am following mine. Do not let people rob you of your sun. Embrace this brilliance. Embrace this power. Embrace this glory. And move forward in it. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a releasing of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the fact that our subconscious is on fire during this time, and that the beauty and the passion and the power that it is leading us to is the sun, is the highest form of our perfection, is what we desire most within this world, is joy, brilliance, and radiance of spirit. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius, and may you have a blessed moon.